Hello, hello. Welcome to No Icing, Season 4, Episode 2. Um, Hi, Rory, the man of a thousand
Oh,
voices. How are you?
1001.
1001. Bucket
Maybe
of
two.
fish. Um, I'm just sharing the
It's what
live.
I do. What can I say? Anyway, we need to get to the show.
We're getting to the show. I just need to share to a couple places because you know how we
Honestly,
do. You know how we do, Rory. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So, yeah, sorry we were a little bit late. We were just doing some sound things. Our special guest tonight is Brandon Valerino. He's been on my show before, and if you guys have missed that episode, let me just tell you briefly. He's an amazing person um, up in LA, Los Angeles area, Los Angeles, California. Musician, saxophonist, um, hypnotherapist,
hypnotist.
hypnotherapist. He could probably explain the words better, but let me bring him up, ladies and gentlemen. Get to meet Brandon Valerino. Hello.
Hello, hello.
There he is.
Hi. How are
I love
you?
I loved that horn. That bow, bow, bow. I felt like really special coming in on that. That was nice. I'm
That's
good. How are
Sandy's
you guys?
button. She likes to
Doing
push the
well.
button.
Yeah. I love the background, Sandy. I think that looks really nice with the guitars and ukulele hanging in the back there.
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, it's my new studio. So yeah, I love it. It's very cozy, and
Whereas
I've been
I
doing.
have a black background, a black chair, and a black shirt on. So I'm just a head and arms floating in the ether.
That works too.
I've just been. It's like my music studio. There's all instruments everywhere, and also lately, as of late, my art studio. I've been painting a lot because I miss painting with Rory so much. I had to paint by myself.
Oh my
Gosh,
gosh.
it's every week. It's like, hey, can we bring back that show? Can we do that show again? I'm not feeling it. I'm sorry.
I,
So
I think
anyway,
we need to see some
it's good that you're being creative.
yeah. Need to see some Sandy art.
I'll show you. Okay, yeah, Brandon. Rory used to paint, and then we did a trivia, and Rory would give out prizes to the trivia winner, and the trivia people got so competitive. It was so crazy up in her. It was hard to keep track of who was saying the right answer first.
Mm.
But
Huh?
some little things that I've been just little ditties that I've been
What was that?
painting. It was like a grumpy cat. I like to do grumpy faces on
Grumpy cat.
the grumpy cat. Yeah.
He looks devious. Like he's
some some lips for Valentine's.
Those are some cute lips.
What else? Some owls, little owls.
Ooh, I like that.
The owl
Knock
is
knock.
cool.
Who's
Yeah.
there? Owl, owl who? Owl love you.
Wow.
So and some donkeys. No, well goats.
Donkeys?
I got a psychedelic goat. Did I show you this one?
Whoa.
Psychedelic goat.
Yeah. Bad.
Isn't that what a sheep says or
But what does the fox say?
that's the $1 million question.
I don't know. Yeah, just doing like mostly nature and animals. I did a fish. My husband wanted a fish. I painted him a fish.
Nice.
That's some good stuff.
Yeah.
Painting with Sandy. Ask trivia questions.
Yep. But so I wanted to mention, you guys, that Brandon is in Los Angeles, and right now the California wildfires are going crazy, and it's insane and traumatizing of what's happening. So many, like 27,000 acres, over 1,000 homes, and counting, right? And it's and counting, depending on which way the wind, up to 50-mile-an-hour winds. It was just catastrophic event going on right now. It's not normal. It's not your normal California wildfire. This is
Yeah, I
insane.
saw some crazy footage this afternoon on TikTok of a motorcycle guy was going through a neighborhood and the buildings were on fire, like on the streets. You know, this wasn't like in the mountains and the trees and everything. This was actually in like actual streets. The buildings were burning.
Yeah, houses right on
Shops
the
and
beach
markets.
in Malibu, right where they used to film Baywatch. Houses, bunch of houses are down to nothing. What about Brandon? Tell us what is your experience with this right now.
Yeah, it's kind of surreal. Like it doesn't feel like it's really happening, but when I step outside my door, I can see the bigger fires from my house, and I'm miles away. So that just tells you how big they are. Um, it's horrible. It's sad because, you know, there's people who've lived here their whole life. Their house is gone. There's like landmarks that burned up. Businesses are
Museums.
gone. Schools, pretty much anything that's not brick or stone is like gone. Like you'll see, I've seen clips of like people driving down the street and it's like people's fireplaces are there because it's brick, but literally everything else is gone. It feels apocalyptic. And I think my hearts go out to everybody who's dealing with that. I know like there's some resources out there. If you need a ride, I know Uber and Lyft had some promo codes. If you need shelter, I know there's a whole app called Watch Duty. I'm sure if you're watching this and you're in LA, you already know about this app, but it shows you the fires and where you can go to evacuate to and everything. But yeah, if you need anything, let me know. I have a small house, but I'll do whatever I can if anybody needs the help. It's sad. It's very sad though. Yeah, it's a beautiful city.
I saw James Woods was like in tears, lost him and his neighbors. They all lost their houses, and so it's just these are like people that are retired, and who knows if they can even afford to rebuild what what it's worth.
And in the last wildfire that got close there, he actually helped out a neighbor who had horses and stuff, helped them get them to safety. And also, it's a shame to hear that he actually lost his home this time.
Yeah.
Because a lot of celebrities and folks who live in the Palisades, they lost their houses. That's where the first fire was. But then when you look at the area over like Pasadena, Altadena, those are regular people. Those are like, you and me, people lived there for 50, 60 years and they lost their house. Yeah. It's really, really bad. Thank you, Jake, Bethy. Good to see you on here. I am safe. I'm very lucky that I'm like in the middle. Like if you could see a map, it's like there's fire, but I'm like right in the middle where there's luckily nothing. I'm far enough from the edge of where the forests are. Even though it's not just forests that are affecting it. It's very lucky.
How's your air quality?
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. And I'm actually pretty upset with Apple because this morning it said it was good quality, but you go outside, you're breathing in like chemicals that are burned. It's not just trees that are burning, it's houses, like it's chemicals. It now says sensitive to or unhealthy for sensitive groups. But, what about the people who were working outside all day, walking around, I just think that they should be a little bit better with their information. That's just me. I'm a little bit sensitive to air myself.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I just want to say too. Yeah, people. I don't know if you were here during the witch fires back in like 2007. I think. I remember everyone was just told to keep your windows and doors shut, stay inside, don't go out, don't go anywhere, and just put your AC on. It was in the summertime. It was hot. Right now it's winter, so it's cool. We don't need AC, but. Yeah, everyone with breathing issues, please just be safe and close your windows. Try to stay home. Don't go anywhere if you can avoid it. Wear a mask if you have to. You don't want to breathe that stuff in.
Right. Yes,
But yeah,
that's
Brandon, I'm
also
glad you're
true.
safe.
Yeah, what I was actually just talking to somebody about this, that like the houses when they burn up, they have all these chemicals in them from the old paint, or if you
Yeah.
think about a house, what is it? It's got electronics, it's got rubber, it's got plastic, it's got all these chemicals that are, it's not just tree burn, like,
Oh,
it's not
cars with gas
cars.
tanks and.
Yeah, yeah. So
Mhm.
definitely I agree. If you do go outside, I yeah, I would wear a mask if you're in one of those areas. Even
If
where
you
I'm
have
at, there's
to.
yeah, yeah, because you can like I went out for like 5 minutes today. I had to just run and get something, and I breathed in, and it hurt. Like you could feel
The
like
dryness. It's
the
hard.
dry and like the chemicals almost. Like it doesn't just smell like forest fire. But
Yeah, and another thing you could do is run the hot shower in your house to get a little moisture in your apartment or house. Like
oh
try
yeah,
to stay in a room. You could put a pot of water on the stove and boil it and let that steam come out in the kitchen. That'll be good for breathing. But don't forget the pot on the stove because I've ruined pots that way. But
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
if you leave if it boils to nothing, but little things you could do to make some moisture in the air if you don't have a humidifier at home. But yeah,
Yeah.
just everybody stay safe, and our prayers and thoughts are with you, all of you.
She looks
Yes.
good, but she can't even boil water.
Sauna time. I can boil. I can cook, Rory. I can cook. I'm a good cook. My friends tell me I'm a good cook.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
Me, I would probably say Persian food.
Persian food.
Persian food, yeah.
What kind of ingredients do you use in Persian food?
Basmati rice, turmeric, salt and pepper,
Salt and pepper?
saffron,
Mm.
spinach.
Salt and pepper.
There's a lot of dishes with spinach.
Spinach. Cool.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, I think I'll have me some pumpkin food.
It's just so delicious. It's like
It's
my
Persian
favorite.
food. Da, 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 da. Well, blow me down.
Cucumbers, yes, the Jersey salad. That's cucumbers and red onions and tomatoes diced. That's so delicious.
It kind of sounds Mediterranean.
Yeah. Middle Eastern.
Okay.
Well, you living in LA, you have like the Persian restaurant Mecca by you.
Yeah,
Right?
I guess. I don't know. I'm vegetarian, so I don't get as excited about certain cuisines because it's pretty meat centered. But I do love Mediterranean. I like, falafel and
Oh, I love Greek food. Yeah.
hummus and things like that. Yeah.
Okay, so you have some new life changes, life events that you need to tell us about. I just heard a birdie whisper to me. What is going on?
Well, I didn't announce this on social media yet, so I guess we'll go ahead and just say it now for everybody. I have to.
No pressure.
I mean, you get the official scoop, but so my partner Kara and we've been together for a long time. The story is quite interesting. We dated in high school and through beginning of college for about 4 years. We broke up because of college distance and life, and came back together 12 years later, so 2 years ago. And we've been long distance. She's been in New York, I'm here, and yeah, it's been an interesting ride. We've had a lot of like life events and stuff. So anyway, it's exciting because on Christmas, just a couple weeks ago, I proposed, and we're engaged. So we're gonna get married next summer.
Wow.
Pew, pew, pew.
That deserves a pew 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 pew.
Thank you. Yeah,
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm very happy about it.
Congratulations. That's wonderful.
Yeah. I noticed you changed your profile picture, but I'm like, he has a lot of friends and you're out and about. You're all over the place. You travel and it could just be a friend. But I did notice your profile picture changed.
Yeah. It's interesting because like there's part of me that like wants to be more like out there and like announce public things. So like, because I think there are people that like care about like what happens. I just like don't do it. And then like it'll be like 2 years since I posted something and they're like, wait, you're doing what? And you're with who? And you're living where? Like, like there's so many things that are different. But yeah. Anyway, and anybody who's watching, you got the inside scoop.
Ooh, we spilled the tea on no icing.
Yes.
I'm trying to sound like the young hip kids, you know. I want to be cool.
Yeah.
Learn all the new lingo.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know. So I teach music, and like the students will just say sentences, and I'm just like it sounds like they just put a whole stream of words together, and I'm like, what did you just say? And it's like, I like skibbity toilet, Ohio Riz. And you're like, what did you just say? You know?
Yeah.
Um.
My kids tell me sus.
Yeah, sus.
They say sus. And then I try to say it, and then they're like, stop, you're embarrassing me. Mom, don't say that.
Parents are
like,
so
you can't.
uncool.
I'm like,
Yeah.
why? You could say it. How come I can't say it?
Because you're uncool.
Because I'm too old. They
Yeah.
don't want me saying it.
Mom, awkward.
Bethy Allen, you're so Alpha Sigma.
Oh yeah, Alpha Sigma. Yep.
I haven't heard that one yet. See, now they don't want to tell me the words because they're afraid I'm going to say it.
Yeah. Well, now you can surprise them with a couple phrases.
Jake Allen said the skibbity Rizzler of Oz.
Rizzler. Oh my God.
Wow. I am out of touch.
That's the winner. Rizzler of Oz. That's great. Wow. Yeah.
I've heard. Oh, there's something. Another one that my daughter said something to me about. You have past life trauma or something, and I'm like, what? Like, doesn't everybody? I don't know.
Wow, it's very new age of her to say. Very metaphysical.
Oh, and Bethy's get it more. Her daughter must be telling her all of them. Oh my God.
Giat.
Giat.
I wonder what
Sounds
that
like
means.
an Italian car.
I
bought a Giat today.
It sounds like an Italian yelling about in the kitchen or something.
No, it sounds like an Italian car.
Finger on the pulse.
I bought a Giat. 15 horsepower. Finger on the pulse here.
I haven't heard that one.
He
I
said
haven't had that.
That means he's got kids. Like you said, they're telling him all this stuff, all the skinny, as we would say in the old days.
Yeah.
They're giving us the skinny.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Didn't you got a low taper fade, meaning like a haircut? A taper fade is a haircut, from what I know.
Right.
I don't know.
If Ninja got a low taper.
Okay, so now does your fiance play music? Because you're an amazing musician.
So what's funny is we bonded in high school through marching band because we both played the saxophone. And she played saxophone through high school and a little bit in college. She's not a musician. She appreciates music a lot. She's a nurse and she's also like quite a gifted healer. She knows Reiki and a lot of like healing arts. And she also like, I have this, it's not the same thing, a sound bowl, but she's got like the really big glass bowls that she can play, the sound bowls. She's very talented. She's very naturally talented with those things. But yeah, her passion is, it is music, but she's creative in other ways like art and writing, very gifted writer. I'm sure she's going to have books one day and amazing stories. So.
Wow. Yeah, I've seen some of that, like kind of like the Reikis, don't they call it?
Reiki?
Reiki? Yeah, I'm not saying it right.
Reiki, I was like,
you're embarrassing me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Are you will you, you have some new music that you've been working on? Tell us what you've been working on with music.
Yeah. So, I've always been really interested in writing music. I love writing music. I love producing. About 3 years ago, I put out an album, actually almost 4 now. My gosh. I put out an album just about different women in my life, how they've affected my, just my development, my journey. And actually, Jake and Bethy both know that because I premiered it on Social Distant Fest, which was really awesome. I had some cool like background effects and everything. And it was like the first time that it was just me. I've always played in like bands and big groups. I didn't really ever have my own thing. So that really, like, the pandemic was a kind of a blessing for me in that way, because I started coming out of my shell, so to say, with producing and writing my own music. So anyway, we fast forward to now. I've still been writing. I get like many ideas throughout the day, and so I'll just pop down at the computer and do this. Anyway, it came to me recently. I was talking with a friend, and we were talking about this idea of channeling. Are you, either of you, familiar with like channeling or channels?
You mean like multi-channel,
I've heard of it.
like switchers?
I think so.
It's not an electronic channel. It's
Okay.
like I am going into this trance-like state, and I'm channeling like a higher dimensional being, or
okay.
like an angel or whatever, right? Those are called channelers. Anyway, we got talking about that, and she told me that, because she's very intuitive, my friend who I was talking to, she said, I think you're a channel in a different way. I think you're like a musical channel. And I said, interesting. And we got talking about it. As she was talking to me, I just had this idea. I was like, I'm really interested in tarot, like tarot cards and reading. And I decided that I'm going to write a small piece of music for each of the 78 cards in the tarot deck.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going to put it up. It'll be like a giant sort of album. It'll be on social media. And I think what I'm going to do is, when I release it on social media, I'm not going to put any hashtags or anything on it. So if this card appears in your feed, it's almost like, I don't know, we can get metaphysical here for a second. It's almost like the universe wanted you to have this message, like this card, each card has a certain meaning, right? So yeah, I think a lot of people don't know about tarot. They think it's kind of witchy, kind of witchcraft, but actually it has nothing to do with like that. It's more, there's different things in our life that happen, different life events, and they're represented on cards. And it's cool how our energy can affect things around us. It, like, you'll pull a card and you'll be like, wow, that's really relative to my situation. Like, you got the death card, and like, it doesn't mean you're dying, but it's like, oh, I'm ending this job that I hated and I'm going to go to a new job. It's a common thing, So anyway, that was probably a little bit long-winded to say that's what I'm working on.
So the card that you sent me, was that specifically for me, or was that just your card that came up today?
No. So anybody who doesn't know about the tarot, there's 22 what they call major arcana cards, and they're like the major life event cards. And then that's like the major things. And then there's 56 of the minor arcana, which is like the little details in your life. So I started with the first major arcana card, which is the Fool. And when you look at the picture, I don't know if you can share the picture, but anyway, I created these images using AI, so I don't get in trouble with copywriting. But I made my own tarot deck images.
Oh, that's clever. This is your design?
So it's based off what's called the Rider-Waite deck. It's the original. So it's called the Fool card. It doesn't normally look like that. It looks a little bit different, but it's different enough that, I won't get in trouble for it. Cause
cool.
Yeah. So it's, it's a way that what's that?
I like the doggy and the stick. It's got the doggy and the stick.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you look at the original, it's similar. It's a guy, he's carrying a stick he's beginning his journey essentially, right? And the dog is his sidekick. And it represents new beginnings. And I think it's actually the perfect card for me to start with because it literally represents a new beginning. It's a new project for me. It's something that I'm really excited about. I mean, each song's not going to be more than like 2 or 3 minutes. It's not going to be like a Beethoven symphony, but it's going to be pretty long because it's 78 cards I have to write for.
Wow.
So yeah, I
You
just
like the
opened.
artwork. You got the waves, you got the sun, you got some flowers, you got the mountains. Um, I like this the face of the sun too. It has like a cool expression on its face.
Yes. And what's cool is, so I was just opened my book to it, and it's, the fool is very creative and does not yet know rules or limitations. He's the court gesture, court idiot, clown, time traveler, speaker of truth, prodigal son, and the hero with 1,000 faces. And I think it's just really cool because this is where, you know, like if you were to pull this card, maybe it's you're about to move, or you're just moved into a new house, or you just started a new job, or, you know, you just started dating somebody new. It's this feeling of like no limits, like pure excitement. And anyway,
New beginnings.
New beginnings, exactly.
New beginnings. I like
Yeah.
that. Jake said back in 2020 he had the idea of an SDF deck featuring a whole bunch of staple folks as the major arcana. That sounds fun.
Wow.
You
That
could
does
probably do
sound.
something like that on Vista Print or something. You just need to get the illustrations or something, right?
You said that the fool was a time traveler.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's wise to have the fool be the time traveler.
Well,
Odd.
yeah, but he's not bound to one time or place and space.
Mm.
He's free. He's freer.
Because fools are every time frame. You always have the fools.
Now, are you
Right.
still playing with the Westerners band?
So I'm playing with King Queen. I think we played one of their songs last time I was on the show, and we do a few songs a year we put out, and we played some shows. But that's more of like a pop rock band.
I don't know if did I play it on here last time? I don't know.
I
don't
think
I still have it.
I think you did, because last time I was on the show, we had just released a new music video and song, and it starred a pretty famous drag queen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember that one. That was a great video.
Mm.
So everybody check that out on YouTube. Check out.
Yeah.
Is it the Westerners, right?
So it's a different band. It's called King Queen, and the song is "That's Why She's Hot."
Okay.
Yes.
That's the new one, but the old video that we watched last time was the Westerners, wasn't it?
Probably not. We ended the Westerner band I think it was about last February. So there wouldn't have been anything new with them, because we kind of, bands drift different directions, and that's kind of what happened.
Yeah. I love that video though. And you were playing guitar and bass. What were you playing on that video?
Which video?
The one where everyone's like walking down the street, strutting. And then after that they're like in the clubs, and they're going by all the rooms. I don't know if you're.
It could be a number of songs.
Okay.
So
and different.
Yeah, you'll have to share with me. I mean, Westerner, we did a couple videos. We did one called Yesferatu, which was kind of the antithesis of Nosferatu, where we dressed up as vampires and, we strutted down the street. And then the club scene was actually the inside of my living room. We just kind of decked it out.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then another one we did was Hell is Dull. And I don't remember strutting, but we also used my house as the set, and that was just about like pushing your limit for like things that you like to do or like addictive type things. So anyway, that band had always like a darker twist theme to the music writing. So yeah.
How do you feel about that darker twist? You trying to shift more positive?
I don't mean darker like negative. I just
Okay.
mean like minor melodies, maybe some darker themes, but I think for me, I like pretty much all music. I really do. But for me, I get excited about like music I create. Like I like electronic dance music, I like techno, I like pop music too.
Should I show? Okay, let's play the little sample. Let me play the little sample. Let's see how the
Sure.
sound quality might not be up to par, but we do what we do. We'll do what we can.
Yeah, no, that'd be great.
This is I don't know what's the name of this song.
So this song is The Fool. It's based
Fool,
on
okay.
it's based on the
Ah,
tarot card we were talking about.
okay. All right, here we
Mhm.
go. Let's see. Let me turn this up. Does it sound okay?
A cool beat to it.
Come on, Rory.
Now that's actually a card from a standard deck, right? A tarot deck.
Pew, pew, pew.
There goes the button.
That's awesome. I like that little keyboard part in there.
Thank
That
you.
little keyboard. That's good.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's it's just going to be short little pieces like that, and each card will have its own thing. It won't be maybe that style for everyone, but yeah, that's the idea.
Jake was asking, what's the musical lineup for King Queen?
So it's standard rock band plus keyboard, so drums, guitar, bass, keyboard, and then Ina is the lead singer. Fantastic singer songwriter from Sweden, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I've heard her. I think you told me about her last time, and I looked her up on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You could catch her there.
Yes, King Queen. One word.
So, do you have do you have gigs? Are you guys working on recording, or do you have gigs lined up? Or
Yeah,
both?
so we have a couple songs we're recording right now. We typically don't play a lot of shows in the winter. We do a lot of like Pride festivals during the summer.
Okay.
Yeah, so something that's really cool that we've been a part of for the last as long as I've known them is it's something called Out at the Fair, and it's like a pride fest, but it's like this group of people that goes to like your county fair and sets up a tent, and sometimes has a drag queen who does a story time, or they'll do like a drag show, kid friendly. It's not like your typical drag brunch where they're doing like, the splits and, their fake boobs are popping out. It's not that. Like, it's very kid friendly. And I think it's a way for them to have like that visibility in like a very public place. So we like working with them, and then we do pride fests, all up and down California. We've done West Hollywood Pride and Sacramento, San Francisco Pride. We went all the way up to Portland last year. It was pretty fun. We've gone all the way to like Texas, New Mexico before. But that all happens in the summer. So we're kind of dormant right now. So we're really more creative with with our songwriting during these months.
Wow, got it.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh, are you playing? What instruments are you playing in King Queen?
So I play like keyboard. So I create my own sound, synthesizer, and saxophone sometimes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You're so multi-talented. And okay, so can you explain your other job, which is the hypnotherapy?
Yeah, and if anybody's got questions, I'm happy to answer those. But I think hypnosis and like life coaching has become more of just a passion for me. I was doing it full time for a couple years, and it became like, I think it wasn't as exciting as like it started off to be. So I love doing the work with people. I kind of do whatever somebody wants. If they want to quit drinking, if they want to quit smoking, if they want to eat less sugar, if they want to lose weight, whatever it is, I kind of just tailor it to like, what they're doing. So hypnosis is a technique I use. NLP has a whole book of techniques that uses like a lighter trance. So I think like sometimes people are afraid of the word trance or hypnosis. And I would just tell them that it's, it's no different than you doing a guided meditation, for example, where like they tell you, imagine this ball of light coming, it's very similar. It really, the only difference is some of the languaging that happens, but yeah.
And it's like that. I've had people ask me the same thing because you did a session with me, and I haven't had any nicotine in a year and a half now. So
yeah, congratulations. That's big.
So breathing fresh air.
That's right.
So and people ask me questions too about it, and everyone seems curious about it. So this is a great opportunity for people to ask you directly, because you're better explaining it than me. And you went to school for this. You work with all types of different people and different things. Like you could help with weight loss, financial stuff, businesses that are failing, anything.
Sure. Yeah.
Basically reprogramming, and you work with, you understand how the brain works and the chemicals in the brain. So and you met my friend Stephanie, which actually, let me show you really quick here. She's got this product, and you guys both are into, what do you call it, neuroscience?
Yes. Yeah.
She's got this product, right? And now it's pretty, it's beautiful, and it's practical. It's something that everyday people would use, but it's also the smell. So like when you talk about the senses and the parts of the brain, the smell, you have to smell it to believe how cool this is. It's all natural ingredients. It's not anything toxic that you would not want to breathe in. So it's all like essential oils, and it just smells so good that it does trigger that was her whole mindset behind creating the product was, thought, visual, feel, smell, all the sensories, you know?
Yeah, that's definitely part of it. Everybody experiences the world in their own way. Some people experience it through touch, or feeling.
Hmm.
My fiance, she's very kinesthetic. If she's listening to this right now, she'll probably laugh, but I'm saying that because um, she's very like kinesthetic to the point, like she can feel things that I sometimes am oblivious to. Like I'll be sitting on the couch and she'll walk in and she'll just be like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Nothing." She's like, "Your energy is like intense, dude. What is going on?" And I'm like, I don't know what's wrong. But then, little did I know I was stressed about something and I was putting out this, and she just knew. Like I felt like I was fine, but she knew. So she's very intuitive, but there's people like that. They're very kinesthetic. Like they can feel things. They're like like they could walk into the room and like know how somebody's feeling, like, or a group of people. Maybe they get a good feeling, or maybe they get like a weird or a dark or a negative feeling. There's a lot of people like that out there that can just kind of feel, if that makes sense. So we call that like a kinesthetic type of person. I'm more auditory. Actually, I process the world a lot through auditory, which makes sense. I'm a musician. I love sound. I hate reading books, but I love listening to books. I don't watch a lot of YouTube, but I love listening to YouTube, if that makes sense. So, I experience the world very much through here. And even when I want to say something, you'll notice I look often to the sides. That's my eyes often are looking to my ears to say, well, how is that going to sound? So that's just a little thing.
Even
And then,
Renee Yaworski, our executive producer, she said that she hasn't had a cookie since she was on the show with you.
wow.
That you helped her with her cookie addiction.
Wow. That's amazing.
Did you see that, Rory, in the comments today that she wrote that?
I saw that. I'm thinking somebody hasn't sent her the right cookies. Anyway. But no, she mentioned to me before the show that you had helped her. I didn't remember if it was a cookie addiction, but she said you had gotten her through an addiction. She hadn't done it since she talked to you, so that's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a
nice and it's not like people to think, it's like Vegas where they hypnotize you and you're like out and then you're quacking like a chicken. And no, it's not. It's nothing like that.
And you wake up and it's like, why are my underwear inside out?
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's nothing like that. No.
That would be bad.
And Bethy Allen could tell you too. You're awake the whole time.
Yes.
But you're in a relaxed state. You are in a relaxed. Your voice is very calming. It's like very soothing, calming.
Thank you. That's part of when you do hypnosis, you do actually want to, change your voice a little bit. So it's a little bit lower and a little gravelly. Yeah. And it actually helps with trance. It helps with people just to relax. Well, I'm happy that the people who are on your show and you yourself have had success with it. I think a big factor is desire as well. I think if people want a change, they can make a change. Sometimes they can do it themselves, but sometimes our unconscious mind, the part that just runs the show when we're not thinking about it, is more powerful and it just takes over, and habits and stuff like that. So yeah, sometimes just a little help from a hypnotherapist or coach can help like rewire those thoughts so that you don't have to do it the hard way. Because in all honesty, Sandy, you could have just quit cold turkey. You could have done it.
Yeah.
But it would have been 20 times more difficult.
Right.
Because every 4 minutes your brain's like, I want a cigarette. I want that nicotine. But instead, what we did was under a light trance where you were fully awake and you were fully caught. You heard everything I said. I didn't say anything to trick you or anything like that.
Yeah.
You heard everything, but you were in a relaxed state, and so your brain has like a guard. It's almost
there
like
was nothing like this. Not like you're getting sleepy. Nothing like that.
I like to tell people, think of your brain like a computer. We have this programming that runs in the background all day, every day. But we also have a firewall. and it blocks things that we don't want to come into our programming. You know, if you have a very, I'm not want to get political here, but if you have an opinion that's very different from somebody else's and they say something to you that you don't agree with, you're going to reject that immediately. You're not going to accept that idea as yours. We have a firewall, so to speak. It's not what it's called, but when you're in hypnosis, that firewall goes away. But at the same time, if I say something that you disagree with, that firewall comes right back up. So if you were in hypnosis and I said, all right, Sandy, I want you to, in 3, 2, 1, quack like a duck. You would probably be like, wait, what? What the heck? I'm not doing that. Because
if it was something I really didn't agree with, yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't do
you
that.
You have to really want to quit, or you have to really want to you really want the change. You have to really, like, because I have some friends that could benefit from you. I don't know if they can afford it or not, but I have some friends that, afraid to drive on the freeway, and especially at night, they're terrified, and they have kids and they have to pick up kids, and it's just awful that every time they have to pick up their kids and get on the freeway, they'll go an hour out of the way on the side roads just because they're terrified of the freeway at night. Things like that, or even like eating, like weight loss. There's so many things that your brain really does control.
Yeah. One thing I'll say, you caught my attention. If you do have somebody who needs help, just send them my way. I don't like I don't think I can afford it.
Mm-hmm.
Because number one, like I never would want that to be a thing, but like how can you afford not to change your life? Like first of all, how can you can't drive on the freeway. That's how do you afford to not do that? Right. Or like, oh, maybe you have to cut sugar out because you're diabetic. How can you afford to not make a change? There's that, but also like I work with people. Like if it's out of their range, it's out of their range. We can make it work. I don't think healing should put you into debt. And I don't think healing should be that. I want to respect my time just as anybody would, a musician, a plumber, an electrician. But that being said, it doesn't. So I just want to set the record clear there. Money is not my top value, and helping people is. I love people. I love humans. Humans are great. And sometimes we get in our own way.
A little gravy on the side. Yeah.
Oh, that's a little Soylent Green or something.
Yeah, so if you definitely need, if you want help, I definitely recommend Brandon and reach out. And is there any chance you could maybe close this out with like any saxophone or no?
Is it close to you?
Is it close by?
I'd have to set it up.
No pressure, but it's up to you. We got to hear your new song.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I do have songs that have saxophone on it as well. I could share with you at another time. I don't know if I have any reeds though. I could check.
Oh,
you need yeah, you need that.
Rory, what do you got going on this week? Any plugs you want to put in there?
For next week. We're doing Two Guys and a Gal talking about movies on Monday. We're going to talk about Audrey Hepburn next week.
Oh,
Tuesday on Roland Pruitt's Kaiju Review, they're going to be doing War of the Gargantuas, which is a fantastic kaiju movie that doesn't have Godzilla in it. Next Thursday, you and I will be doing the Big Monster Briefing Room together. We're going to be doing Megan,
that's next.
Pesky teenage robot.
Next Thursday.
Daughter.
Okay.
Yeah, week from tonight.
Time flies.
Yes. So that's what we got coming up next week. So I'm going to be busy.
The robot doll. Rory, don't forget to wash your hands and brush your teeth, Rory. I was doing the Megan doll, the robot.
I have a friend here in Orlando that makes those dolls, that makes life-size Megan dolls.
Alana Dawn does too.
Yes, that's who it is.
Yes,
Alana Dawn.
Yes, she does great work.
I'm hoping to get her to give me like a little video of her working on those dolls so that I can run during the show. I've asked her to come on various shows, and she just isn't. She's like, I'm not into that.
I
But
have
I'm
a
hoping
Christmas
she'll
doll that
advertise for
moves. I'll
herself.
bring.
Huh?
I have a Christmas doll that like lights up and moves, and she's
Yeah.
kind of. I'll bring her. I'll plug her in for the show. If you want.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna have the treat of Brandon's got his saxophone.
I know.
So
What am I playing?
I don't know. Anything you want.
Whatever you're feeling.
Anything I want. Oh man.
Bluesy,
Whatever you're
jazzy,
feeling.
closing song.
Are any of the songs for the tarot are any of those a saxophone song?
There probably will be. In all honesty, I've only wrote like maybe 2 or 3 so far. This is a very, very new project.
So when you get to the lovers, yeah, saxophone.
Oh, that's such a great idea. Yeah.
And are you willing to do any collabs with anyone, or are you just too
oh
busy?
yeah, of course.
Okay.
Let's collaborate. That's my whole.
Jake Allen, you hear that?
Yeah.
The only reason I knew that was one of the cards was because of the James Bond movie Live and Let Die, which is with solitaire, and it's all about the tarot cards.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the tarot and like a regular deck of cards very similar actually.
And I want to thank everybody that popped in tonight, and thanks everybody for watching the show. Bethy, Jake Allen, let's see who else was here. Clayton. I saw Brandy, Jordan, Christopher White. He was here. Okay, so everybody, I want to say thank you for watching. It was great that you were able to come and hang out with us and ask questions. We appreciate the questions. And Brandon, good luck to you stay safe with the fires.
Yes, people in LA, stay safe.
Yeah.
Stay safe. Let me know if you need anything, Brandon. Just let me know. I'm not too far. I'm just a few hours away from you.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
So yeah, and everybody reach out to Brandon if you're struggling with something and you need help, reach out. Definitely reach out. It doesn't hurt to ask questions. And go follow Brandon on all the platforms.
Yeah, I just had a friend of Rory actually message me before the show. He's interested in doing some work for sugar and alcohol, he told me. So we'll probably have a conversation at some point. But
a friend of mine.
Well, that's what they said.
I wonder who it is. That's good though. Great. Yeah.
I have a guess in my mind, but
yeah.
Yeah, and even if it's something private, you don't have to you're not going to disclose someone's private info. So if they want to be discreet, they could be discreet. Yeah. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, some people want to be more discreet about it. That's fine. That's cool.
Yeah, it is. It's something very personal, So yeah. I could totally understand just wanting to be private about it, and that's okay too.
Yeah. All right. What am I playing?
Okay. And we'll see you next week. Rory, we have Jeff Evans of from Porchestra, his band Porchestra on the show.
Chicken and biscuits?
Yeah, Jeff Evans from Georgia.
Yes, indeed. That'll be a fun show.
All right, I'll do a little ditty.
Okay.
You guys like Herbie Hancock?
Yes. Watermelon Man.
I think the person wrote that a little bit different. That's it. There it is.
Nice.
I love it.
Nice indeed.
Okay, thank you, Brandon. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for having me.
Stay
Thank you so much.
safe.
Thank you,
And
guys.
bye, everybody. See you next week. And go follow, watch Rory's shows, everybody. Bye.
Ooh.
Sunshine, running all night.